So good evening everyone, welcome back again. Hope you are good. So again, welcome back guys, welcome back everyone again in another weekly market outlook. Hope you are good, doing well, enjoying your weekend and definitely getting ready for next week. Hopefully last week was pretty good for all of you in terms of money and in terms of learning. And let's look at the website first. If anyone want to join us, if anyone looking for group membership or looking for one-on-one training, just simply go to tracktradingacademy.com. All right, check the membership levels. There are two levels. One is the group training, where you're going to have access to everything, training and the setups, and to a private chat forum and daily trade setups and updates. So good evening everyone, welcome back again in another weekly market outlook. Hope you are good, doing well, enjoying your weekend and getting ready for next week. So let's look at the website first. If anyone want to join us, just simply go to the tracktradingacademy.com, look at the membership levels. Membership levels are there, group training and one-on-one training. Yeah, so in group training you will have the access to trading stuff and daily live meetings and trade setups. Okay, and for one-on-one training, that's going to be with me. If you're looking for that, just simply fill that form to me. Just fill that form and send that form to me for further information. Yeah, so I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So now let's move on to the setups for the next week. All right, and if anyone looking for social sites where they can follow me for ideas and updates, just simply go to my trading view profile, check the signature box. You're gonna get those links from the signature box. All right, so all links are there. So for website link is there, YouTube link is there, Twitter, Facebook, Slack group, which is a paid platform, all right, and Telegram. So now let's move on to the setups for the next week. So dollar index, all right, so dollar index is still pushing lower. Hopefully you guys remember that. What is the bigger time frame analysis? If you're going to look at the bigger time frame analysis again this week, so this is the DXY, all right, so it's very much seemed like the last week. Okay, so we are having a bigger correction which is just developing over there, right, this correction. So we are anticipating that correction to break down for another leg lower and then give us another buy over there back to that top. Okay, so price is doing nicely. Last week we were having drop over there. Okay, so this is what we were anticipating last week. Hopefully you have seen that chart. So it's going down. Okay, we had very nice impulsive move over there. Last week we had the correction. We were anticipating that correction to break down during the non-farm payroll. That correction broken, and there is a correction similar like the previous one. Okay, so for next week, that correction to break down, price to tag that bottom, and from that bottom to break down and continue to go lower or bounce off similar way. All right, so you see that if this is going to happen at that low bouncing of correction, then buy for another up move back to that top. Okay, so the updated chart is this. All right, so the updated chart, that's the DXY. Hopefully you have seen that. Now this is the updated chart. Okay, so price is not there. It's the closing price, which is showing over there 99.10. Yeah, so the closing price is around somewhere 99.60 or above. Okay, so for next week, this is what you are looking. Okay, triangle is just appearing over there, symmetrical triangle. Ranges are getting tight over there. So once price is gonna take, first of all, this move to continue. Okay, and price to bounce off, correct, go back up, or correct over there at that low. Okay, this bottom correct and keep pushing lower all the way back to the bottom. So if we're going to look at the lower time frame, 15-minute time frame, right, so there we got the 15-minute time frame. So price is still there close to this area, close to above 99.60. Yeah, so when market gonna open, you're gonna see gap similar like this. Okay, similar like that gap. All right, and this correction to break down, the way it has broken down. Okay, so this correction to break down, correct for another time, continue to keep pushing lower back to that bottom impulse, go back up. Okay, if correcting, stay trending to the downside. So that's the dollar index. Just reverse the euro dollar chart for upside. Okay, so bigger time frame analysis is very much same like last week, hasn't changed a lot. All right, so if you're going to look at the euro dollar chart, this is the 2-day chart. Okay, so from that bottom to go back up, it's also doing similar way the way your dollar index is doing. Okay, so this correction, which is just developing over there, this to break out, go back to that top. Okay, and from there go lower. All right, and if you're going to look at the lower time frame, hopefully we're going to get the updates over there too. Okay, there. So this is what we were anticipating last week. Yeah, hopefully we had the, yeah, this is the chart. Okay, so watch 15-minute impulsive move to happen over there from this bottom and go for long. Hopefully you already into that trade from that bottom. Okay, we were anticipating, this is the chart. Okay, that's the impulsive move which we were anticipating. Okay, on the previous chart we got the move, we are having correction, broke out, another correction is just developing over there, that correction to break out and go back up. All right, that's the euro dollar chart. If we're going to look at the updated chart is there. Okay, so euro bigger time frame analysis you have just seen. I'm going to go to the lower time frame. Okay, so we got a breakout, we had a very nice bounce up from the bottom. That bounce up, we were anticipating this correction to break out, we got a breakout, we are having another correction. Okay, for next week this to break out, buy, watch another correction and keep pushing higher. Okay, if this is not breaking, let's say similar like this, okay, not breakout, breakout is not coming over there and price is pushing lower slowly back to that bottom, all right, this area, then stay bullish, watch for buy again for longer term from these previous lows. All right, so stay bullish on the euro dollar from the lows. Okay, so that's the bigger time frame analysis. Let me show you the 4-hour time frame analysis. Okay, this is the triangle, very much seem like the dollar index. All right, so this move you are looking for next week. Okay, this move. Okay, so once price going to go there, not breaking, falling aggressively, correcting on lower time frame, go down for another short-term sell, and then again stay bullish for longer term. All right, that's the euro dollar chart. Just reverse the dollar chief. All right, dollar chief is also same like the DXY, but slightly different pattern formation, or at a different degree. Okay, so last week we were anticipating drop, all right. So before that we were anticipating that drop, and last week price was there, we were anticipating it to just keep pushing lower. Okay, we got a bounce off, short-term buy was there. Okay, from that top, sell is just happening over there. We are already selling the dollar chief from the top. Okay, for the next week you are looking this to continue to go lower. Okay, and correct, keep pushing lower for longer term to the downside. This is the way for longer term. Okay, if not breaking and bouncing off again from that trend line, okay, on lower time frame, correct, go back up again. If I'm going to look at the lower time frame, 30-minute time frame, correction is there. Once market going to open for next week, you're looking this correction to break down and continue to go lower. Okay, this breakdown, breakout, sell it, form another one. Okay, keep pushing lower from this bottom, correct, keep pushing lower for longer term. Okay, if not correcting over the trend line and bouncing off aggressively and correcting, start looking for short-term buy again, start selling from that top. Okay, that's the dollar chief and Australian dollar, US dollar. So on a bigger time frame analysis, it seemed like the last week hasn't changed a lot. For longer term, reversal, okay, or this sharp correction which is just happening over there. Okay, that sharp correction to break down, go down for another move down for medium term, and then longer term reversal. Okay, if I'm going to look at the lower time frame, daily time frame, this is the bigger time frame analysis. All right, that's the bigger time frame analysis. If I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame analysis, this is what you are looking for next week. All right, so flat formation. So what we had last week on it, we had a flag. All right, not just on this pair, we had the flag everywhere on the Australian dollar pairs. Okay, so we were looking for this flag to break out. We got a breakout, prices pushing higher, pushing slowly for upside. Okay, that was the updated chart. Okay, so this is what you are looking on a lower time frame. This is 15-minute time frame analysis. Okay, so price is still in that correction, breakout, continue to go higher. Okay, so breakout aggressively, all right, like that, and keep pushing higher. Okay, so correct for another time, keep pushing higher. Okay, there. All right, if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, this broke out, pushing higher, but move is slow. All right, so move is slow. We got a breakout, okay? So move is slow. Now, this tiny correction to break it aggressively for next week, stay trending for upside, okay? So when you're gonna buy Australian dollar, US dollar, make sure you buy with care, okay? Because it is at a top. So once you're gonna see that the impulsive move is appearing over there, this sharp move is coming over there, price is correcting, start selling it back to that bottom for flat formation, all right? This flat formation. Hopefully you got my point, okay? So that flat formation. So once we're gonna have that flat formation, price gonna test that previous bottom, start looking at to continue to go higher, okay? So just same analysis on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar chart. All right. So last week, what we were anticipating, this to slightly push lower, okay, and breakout, yeah, up to this area or breakout. So we get a breakout. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar is struggling, okay? So flat formation, similar like this, the Australian dollar, US dollar, okay? Go down for another move down, back to that bottom and go back up. Or 15-minute time frame to breakout, keep pushing higher, form correction, and keep pushing higher for upside. So if you're gonna look at the 15 daily, weekly time frame chart, longer term reversal, medium term, another move down we may see back to the previous bottom. If I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so 4-hour time frame to 15-minute time frame, this is the chart for the next week. All right, so we may see another leg lower within that flat formation, okay, like that. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame correction, we were anticipating that correction to break out in the Friday. All right, so this correction to break out, we got a breakout. No, that's pushing higher, but move is pretty slow. Okay, now this 15-minute correction to correct over there, similar like that, breakout and stay bullish for upside. All right, if price struggling at that top and going down aggressively the way it has done there, okay, falling, just follow that sell, get into the trade, watch for another correction and sell all the way back to that bottom, and again watch for the bottom for buy. Okay, so both charts are same. So dollar CAD, if you're going to look at the bigger time frame analysis, okay, bigger time frame analysis is this, go down. So it's going down, all right, from that top. Okay, at this area we are having still correction. So if I'm going to go to the previous chart, what was the previous chart? All right, so this chart from the bottom for expanding triangle. And then we were anticipating this flag to break out last week. Okay, that was the updated chart. We got a flag. We have spoken about that flag in the previous weekly market outlook. Yeah, price started to struggle at that top. Okay, that was the updated chart. So price was struggling over there. Now this is the updated chart. Okay, we got that move. Now from that bottom, again, either bounce off, correct, go back up, or correct and continue to go lower. Okay, what kind of bounce off? All right, this kind of bounce off. All right, so once you're gonna see that the bounce off is coming over there, this is the old chart. Okay, so bounce off coming, put in, get into the trade on lower time frame, put stop, buy over there. Okay, so that's the scenario if you're gonna see that the bounce off is coming. Okay, that's the updated chart. Currently we are anticipating flag is over there. Okay, that flag to break down, continue to keep pushing lower. Another corrections to keep forming all the way back to the bottom. Let's go to the updated chart. Okay, hopefully you understand the bigger time frame analysis now. Yeah, this was the last week analysis. Let's go back to this chart first. All right, this is what we were having last week. All right, we were anticipating to tag the top and go lower. Okay, it didn't tag, and there you got the updated chart. Okay, so hopefully you have got the idea what's happening over there. Okay, for next week, this is the updated chart. Okay, so first of all, there is a correction. Okay, that correction to break down this tiny trade, small trade. Okay, and break these previous lows very aggressively. Okay, and form another correction, keep going down, okay, if not breaking that bottom, similar way bouncing up from the bottom. Okay, so start buying back to that top, and again from that top start selling. If I'm going to look at the lower time frame, this 1 hour correction or 15-minute correction, okay, to form correct breakdown from that bottom, either bounce off, go back up like that. All right, if not bouncing off, this bounce off is not coming and starting to correct like this. Okay, so stay trending to the downside for longer term reversal from the top on the dollar CAD. Okay, so that's dollar CAD. So pound dollar, bigger time frame analysis, same like last week. Okay, so pound dollar chart is there. Okay, so longer term reversal on current time frame. This is what we were anticipating. All right, so last week we were anticipating breakout to come. Okay, but during the week we realized that the breakout is not going to come. Okay, and we were anticipating another leg lower. All right, another leg lower. So we do have that chart too in our room. All right, so let me get that chart. And then we were anticipating a buy opportunity over there. Okay, now this is that's the pound dollar chart. Okay, so we were anticipating a leg lower there. Okay, and then buy from that bottom. So we had that bottom. Okay, so price is bouncing up from that bottom. This is the chart. All right, so for longer term, so next leg, okay, next longer term wave all the way back to that bottom, similar like that. Okay, if price is going to struggle at that top again, not pushing higher, turning to 5 wave triangle, you can see. Okay, another leg lower, sell, and then again from the previous bottom to continue to go higher. Okay, but this is the bigger time frame, you know, pattern which you need to keep in your mind. Very nice clear pattern formation. All right, so if I'm going to look at the current time frame, all right, so if I'm going to go to the Telegram, I'm going to bring the short-term chart so that you guys can get the idea what to do next. Okay, last week I have posted that pound dollar chart for short-term buy. Okay, during the non-farm payroll. So we got that breakout. This is 15-minute time frame chart. Okay, so we got that breakout. Now we are having another nice correction over there on this 15-minute time frame. 4-hour time frame chart, you have seen bigger time frame analysis, weekly time frame analysis you have seen. Okay, 4-hour time frame analysis you have seen. Now you have seen this 15-minute time frame analysis as well. Okay, so we were buying the pound within these areas. Okay, we are already long on it from the bottom chart you have just seen. Okay, and now this correction which is just forming over there, that to break out very aggressively, correct, and longer term reversal. Okay, I'm gonna look at the updated chart. That's the 4-hour time frame chart. All right, there, this correction to break out for next week aggressively. Okay, so breakout, all right, correct, continue to go higher. All right, so if this breakout is not coming, price is testing this low again. All right, so stay bullish. 4-hour time frame chart you have just seen. All right, so stay bullish. Get this, if price coming back to that bottom, stay bullish. That's the pound dollar chart, dollar yen. Okay, so dollar yen is struggling to go down. Okay, if I'm gonna go to the dollar yen chart on a bigger time frame analysis, right, and then you guys gonna get the idea that what it is doing. All right, there is the dollar yen chart. Okay, so it's struggling, it's not pushing lower very aggressively. All right, so we were anticipating this big move to happen. Okay, now similar analysis like last week. All right, so breakout, go back up. All right, at least give us that flat formation and then go down. Okay, so this buy opportunity is there. That buy opportunity can go all the way back to that top. All right, so same analysis like last week. So I'm going to look at the lower time frame, 4-hour time frame. Okay, there is the wedge, you can see that. Okay, now that wedge still can break down for another move, another leg lower, so you still can sell for short term back to this previous low. All right, and once price is going to test that bottom, so you simply look in this wedge to break out for another up move back to that top. Okay, so your entry is going to be on your lower time frame. Just follow that lower time frame. If I'm going to go to further lower time frame, so this correction which is just forming over there, all right, so this to go slightly lower, all right, and then break out. Okay, if not breaking, forming new low or testing this previous bottom, you're looking at it to continue to go higher. That's the dollar yen chart, buy and wedge to break up. All right, so you're looking that wedge to break out for upside. Okay, that's the clear formation you are having over there. So pound yen, bigger time frame analysis, same like last week. All right, so this bigger time frame, weekly analysis, longer term reversal. Okay, let's look at the lower time frame. So what we had that you know, expanding triangle formation. We were anticipating that expanding triangle formation to form over there. So we had that one more drop. Okay, last week we were anticipating breakout. All right, and that was the 15-minute time frame. We were bullish on the pound yen last week. All right, so that move is already on its way. If I'm going to go to the updated chart, this is the updated chart. Okay, so the correction is just happening over there, similar like the pound dollar chart, 15-minute time frame. So you're looking that to break out for next week and continue to go higher. Okay, if not breaking and pushing lower back to that bottom, stay bullish. This is 15-minute time frame chart. All right, okay, if I'm going to look at the 4-hour time frame chart, this is the 4-hour time frame chart. Okay, so that's the wave you're looking. Okay, this move. Okay, if struggling at that, go down and stay bullish, short term sell. So lower time frame analysis, 15-minute correction is just developing over there. Okay, we were anticipating, so it's just developing over there. So chart you have just seen. Okay, now this correction is just happening over there. You see that the red bars are just appearing over there. So next week, those bars, those corrective bars to break out similar way, the way you have seen there. Okay, breakout, form another one and keep pushing higher. So euro yen is also pushing higher on a bigger time frame, longer term reversal or give us another corrective move. All right, so another daily corrective move like that and then drop. Okay, this trade or any trade you're gonna take on euro yen for buy gonna be against this longer term. All right, longer term and drop. So those who are watching on the trading view, is everything is just fine on the trading view, guys? Just type yes if anyone watching on trading view. Hopefully everything is fine on the YouTube. Yeah, it seems to me that things are fine on the YouTube. Yeah, on the trading view. Okay, so counter turn trade. Okay, on a lower time frame price to go back up. All right, so correct, go back up, correct, go back up, all the way back to the trend line. I'm going to go to the lower time frame. These corrections, the corrections which are just happening over there right now. All right, so if I'm going to draw a trend line over there, this correction to break out. Okay, so slightly get bigger, buy the breakout, form another one, buy the breakout. Okay, once you're going to see that the sharp move is coming, it's breaking that trend, don't buy. All right, don't buy. Yeah, let the one more drop to happen. You can even sell for short term back to that bottom. All right, yeah, but selling at the lows, make sure you understand that. Yeah, can create a problem for you. And then again from the bottom, stay bullish. Euro yen, stay bullish. So thanks everyone, thank you. Hopefully it's fine on the trading view. Yeah, so someone was saying that it's not working on the trading view, stuck on the trading view. Hopefully it's fine now. So euro pound, bigger time frame analysis, same like old days. All right, that's the bigger time frame analysis, dropping very nicely. So what's the update? That's what we were looking for last week. All right, so give us a flat formation. So flat formation is not there, there is triangle. Okay, so straight away onto the 4-hour time frame, this symmetrical triangle to break down and give us that move. All right, so every time when price is testing those tops, all right, it's coming close to these tops, you're looking this trade, you're looking it to continue to go lower, and this triangle to break down. Okay, so those tops, you're looking it to continue to go lower and the pound to get strong. All right, so that's the euro pound chart. All right, and EURCAD chart, bigger time frame analysis, same. All right, so bigger time frame analysis, same. So very nice chart, sell is coming over there. Okay, it's very same like the dollar CAD chart. Okay, we are having sideways market over there. That's the bigger wave. All right, so what was the last week? All right, all these updates are there, guys. You can watch those updates and can get the idea that how EURCAD is doing. Okay, so last week there was a buy, that buy happened. All right, and then there was a sell last week. Okay, so previous week we were anticipating in the weekly market outlook the price to push up to that top. Okay, so we did not see that. We realized, even I have shown you in the weekly market outlook when to go for short. Okay, in case if price is not testing that top. All right, I have shown you what kind of price action you should watch to get into the trade for the sell side. So we got a price action for sell. We were selling it. All right, and that was the opportunity. Okay, and that's the updated chart. That's what you are looking. All right, that's you are looking for next week. Okay, so there we were selling on these corrections, and there was a short-term corrections as well. So the price is about to test that bottom. What's for next week? Same like the previous week. All right, I mean when price was there at that bottom. Okay, chart I have just shown you. I will show you again. So first of all, you're looking at another correction over there. Okay, so correction, breakdown, correct, breakdown, correct, breakdown, and go all the way back to that bottom. If not correcting, all right, if not correcting and bouncing off similar way. Okay, bouncing off and correcting, just follow that short to medium term buy back to that bottom and continue to go lower. Okay, what kind of price action you should watch for buy? You see this chart, just follow that chart. Okay, this is what you should watch for buy from the bottom. If that move is coming, start looking for buy. So the reason to move so fast is that to finish things in 1 hour. Yeah, because people don't want to stick to the analysis. So if I'm not gonna go so fast like that, the way I'm going, yeah, then we will not be able to finish this within an hour. Okay, there are many charts to finish, so that's the reason. I also don't like to go that much fast, because people don't want to stick to the weekly market outlook for 2 hours. Right, they want to see things quickly, so that's the reason. Okay, so this correction to break down and go lower than this, break that bottom. All right, and if bouncing off this way, start looking for buy for another up move back to that bottom, back to that top. All right, so EURCAD chart and okay, so pound chief chart. What is the bigger time frame analysis? Just the opposite, the euro pound chart. All right, so longer term reversal. So what is the daily time frame analysis? Very much same like the pound dollar chart. Okay, so this daily correction to break out and continue to go into that direction. Okay, so if I'm going to look at the 4-hour time frame analysis, very much same like the euro pound chart. All right, so this correction, the correction which is just developing over there, okay, this 4-hour correction to break out. Okay, correct for another time, breakout. All right, so this can push slightly lower. Okay, this ABC move can push slightly lower back to that low. Okay, so once price gonna tag that bottom, start looking it to continue to go higher for upside. That's the pound safe chart. So counter trend trade. Okay, so your pound CAD, what was the last week analysis? This move to happen. Okay, that it has happened. What is the bigger time frame analysis? Just stay sideways, pound CAD. Okay, pound CAD is staying sideways. Now you see those arrows. Okay, so the arrows which are just showing over there, that what are the next directions over there. Okay, so now for our time frame analysis, very much same like the EURCAD chart. Okay, from bottom bounce off. Okay, bounce off, correct, go back up, and then again drop. All right, not bouncing off, it is already correcting. Just continue to keep pushing lower. Okay, so when you're gonna sell at this low, just make sure you sell with cares. Okay, it can bounce off. Same on the EURCAD. If you're gonna sell the EURCAD at the lowest, make sure you sell it with care. Okay, it can bounce off. You see that? So you said that why you are moving so fast. All right, so there are people which are not sticking to the analysis because they don't have patience. They are even moving ahead of me. I'm showing quickly, but they are they don't want to see these charts, the charts which I'm showing. Yeah, someone is asking, show me Dow Jones. Someone is asking me, show me EUROCHF. All right, those charts going to come later on, but they don't have patience. They don't want to stick to with us. They just want to see their desired charts and desired analysis where they are having trades are looking to trades are, stuck. All right. So that's the reason we are going fast. So the CADCHF chart, okay, so longer term reversal, okay, you see that the arrows, where the arrows are showing. Last week what we were looking this flat formation to hold that bottom, okay, this flat formation to hold that bottom and go higher. So it's going higher, okay, there is correction on lower time frame, so you're looking those corrections to break out and continue to go higher, okay. Form another corrections, keep pushing higher for longer term. If not breaking, all right, not pushing higher and struggling at that top, okay, go down for another move. All right, go down for another move back to that bottom. Yes, sell this kind of sell, and again start looking for longer term reversal on it. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, so this correction, okay, this correction which is just happening over there, very much same like the previous week. Now this correction to break out and continue to go higher. Yeah, break out and continue to go higher. So pound Australian dollar, what was the last week analysis? There was a 4-hour time frame corrections to break. Okay, let's look at the bigger time frame analysis first. So bigger time frame analysis to just keep pushing lower, okay, and from the trend continue to go higher. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, what was the last week analysis? This correction to break out, okay, that sharp correction which we had that last week. Yeah, it broke out, very nice move was there. All right, and price is pushing lower. So very much same analysis like the EUROCAD chart, okay, there is a correction on lower time frame, or you can say that very much same analysis like the Australian dollar US dollar chart. All right, so Australian dollar US dollar chart still can go down from the top, another move lower. All right, and let's go straight away to the lower time frame. Okay, so this flat formation, so this flat formation on almost on all Australian dollar chart, okay, almost all Australian dollar chart, and many equities, many indices, okay, so similar flat formation. So we're going to talk about the indices as well. So just make sure, I'm going to tell you a quick tip. So you are having that flat formation on indices for buy, for bullish formation, and on the USD pairs for the strength on the USD, okay. So there is lower time frame corrections, okay. So those lower time frame corrections to keep breaking, okay, and stay trending, recovery in simple terms, okay, recovery everywhere. If that recovery is not coming and sharp move is coming, all right, and price is turning into a flat formation, just follow that sharp move, all right, which means that there are going to be pressure on the indices, all right, and pressure on the USD pairs. Okay, so this correction to break down, keep pushing lower. Form another one, keep pushing lower. If correction is not breaking and price is bouncing off, all right, bouncing off, just follow that for another up move for buy. Let's go to the lower time frame. Okay, correction is just there, very much same like the Australian dollar US dollar chart. Okay, this correction to break down, form another one, keep pushing lower. Okay, not breaking, bouncing off aggressively, okay, like that. Okay, correcting, buy back to that top, and again start selling from that top. All right, that's the pound Australian dollar chart. So if I'm gonna look at the Australian dollar pairs only and some indices, okay, just for your understanding. Okay, what I have shown here, flat formation. All right, what I have shown here, flat formation. Okay, what on the USD, flat formation. What on the USDCAD, flat formation. Why flat formation? Because we were having flag last week, all right, and we were expecting those flags to break out, and all those flags are breaking. Nice moves are happening on the USD pairs. Okay, flat formation. All right, what we were anticipating on the indices last week, flag to break out. Okay, now for next week, flat formation or expanding triangle, or keep pushing higher, flat formation there. Okay, flat formation there. All right, on the S&P 500, flat formation there. We had the flag. All right, why is that? Because Australian dollar currently is following indices. Okay, if indices is gonna keep pushing higher, Australian dollar will keep pushing higher. Yeah, if indices is gonna go for another move down for the flat formation, you're gonna see another move lower on the USD pairs for the flat formation. Okay, so then you're gonna have a short-term sell, short to medium-term sell on the USD pairs. Okay, so pound New Zealand dollar, neutral on the pound New Zealand dollar, okay, but bearish, neutral bearish. Just follow the pound Australian dollar chart, okay, just continue to go lower like that. Okay, so on the CAD yen, all right, so CAD yen bigger time frame analysis, longer term reversal or recovery, you can say that, okay, but we are still in a sideways market on the CAD yen on a lower time frame, okay, which still can break down for another leg lower. We are having recovery on oil prices, so hopefully CAD yen gonna recover too. So that's the bigger time frame analysis, all right, and on a lower time frame analysis, okay, there you can see that the correction is just happening, okay, so that correction to break down, 15-minute correction, go down back to that bottom, from that bottom look for it to buy, all right. So if I'm gonna go to the further lower time frame, all right, so you see this sharp move, yeah, that to break down, correct, then you are seller over there like this. All right, so it's a sideways market. Yeah, if you are buying CAD yen, if you are selling CAD yen, make sure you trade with care. Okay, you can have a bad trades. All right, you can have a bad trades on the CAD yen. So if you want to keep things simple, all right, only buy at bottom and sell at the top. That's it. All right, wait for the price to tag that top. Okay, sell it. Yeah, or wait for the price to tag the bottom. Look for buy. Okay, buy gonna be counter trend trade. Yeah, so sell gonna be with the trend. Aussie New Zealand dollar chart. Okay, so some of you are asking for the Aussie New Zealand dollar chart. What is the bigger time frame analysis? Let's go there. That's the bigger time frame analysis. All right. So we are having buy over there. Last week we were anticipating it to continue to go higher. Let's look at the updates. All right. So this flag to form and go higher. We had that flag. Last week we were looking for buy. We got the buy. Right. That was the buy over there. Okay. And short-term trades also was there. That move to happen. Okay, so all these trades are almost reached the targets. Okay, and price is not, price hasn't reached to that 75. Okay, 1075 target. So watch for the next week. Okay, either this flat formation, same like the Australian dollar, US dollar, keep pushing higher slowly for upside, or this ABC move. Okay, so all right, this ABC move. All right, so you're looking short term, one more drop, okay, back to that bottom, or this ABC move, okay, and then again buy back to that top, this buy. So if I'm going to go to the lower time frame analysis, we are still holding our long positions on the New Zealand dollar chart. Okay, so from the bottom, the weekly chart which I have just shown you. Okay, so this one, lower time frame corrections to break down, test that bottom or form new low and then stay bullish again back to that bottom. Okay, there is possibility that this pair not gonna give you that move. Okay, not gonna give you that move at all. Okay, and they're gonna keep pushing higher slowly because we are still within that move. Okay, this move, and price can reverse and gonna tag that top. So that's why flat formation. So both formations are possible, flat formation or flag ABC move. Okay, but bullish. Okay, medium term bullish, simple bullish. Okay, so that at least test that 107, right? 107.5. So Euro Australian dollar, that was the trade of the week, by the way, last week, and even I have shown you very precisely in the last week weekly market outlook that go after that trade. Right? That was a very nice trade, and it was the trade of the week because there was almost 500 bit move just on this trade. All right, so if you are having issue on the trading view is not, result is so much bad over there on the trading view, you can go on the YouTube. All right, so YouTube is much better result, is giving you a much better result. Okay, I have complained about that to the trading view. I asked them to make it much better because there is no high definition on the trading view. Yeah, so results going to be blurry on the trading view, but result is very much, on YouTube, perfect. It's perfect on the YouTube. So you can watch on the YouTube as well, or you can catch on the Facebook, or you can catch on the Zoom. So that was the trade of the week, right? Last week, Euro Australian dollar, almost 500 pip move was there back to that bottom. I have shown you precisely that. Watch this breakout last week. Hopefully you caught that trade. So what is for the next week? Same like the other USD pairs, all right? Let's go to the updated chart. Okay, let's go to the lower time frame. That's our bigger time frame analysis, by the way. Okay, bigger time frame analysis is same like the Australian dollar chart. Okay, so just keep pushing lower all the way back to that trend line, or up to 160. All right, up to 160. All right, so lower time frame, we were selling it, we were selling every pullback. All right, so we sold there. Charts are there in our group. Okay, we were selling it. Okay, we were selling this correction too. Okay, we had that move, so we are still looking this to, yeah, we were looking at this to break out. All right, so it's already broke out. So almost you can see that 50-60 pips already gone. Okay, on this, you know, a tiny move. So for next week, we are looking this correction to break out, similar like the other USD pairs. All right, this to aggressively break down, correct, and keep pushing lower all the way up to 160. Okay, if not breaking, this correction is not breaking and bouncing off. You see that simple analysis, guys. It's not complicated. It's easy. Not breaking, it's just bouncing off. Okay, just follow that for another up move back to that top, and again stay bearish from that flat formation. Okay, that's the pattern. Okay, that pattern still can form another wave. Okay, price still can go back within that pattern for another up move. Okay, this move can happen. So you just need to follow the price action. There is no levels, there is nothing in the on the chart. Okay, people look for levels and fibs and lines and this and that. Okay, there is nothing like that. These trend lines, the trend lines you see, or the arrows you see, I have drawn on my chart. Okay, these lines and these arrows are helping me to figure it out, that which way price can go, and we can see price action into that direction. Yeah, so these trend lines and arrows are showing me that price is at a place, at an area where we can see price action. Okay, price action. So price action means that price can bounce, so people can buy at the 166. All right, so we need to see that how their behavior gonna be, what kind of behavior gonna be, either corrective behavior or aggressive behavior. If they're gonna buy aggressively, we are having another move for upside. Yeah, if they're not gonna buy aggressively, they're gonna, you know, price gonna stay in a correction, no aggressive buying, then keep pushing lower. Okay, so the behavior is important. What kind of trading, what kind of behavior you are having. Okay, so there are only two things, either buyers or sellers. Okay, if buyers gonna participate into the market at that area where my lines are, okay, they're gonna be aggressive move, and that aggressive move gonna tell us that price is going to reverse, and we're gonna follow that behavior, or we're gonna follow that, we call that impulsive move. I have just shown you on this chart. Okay, aggressive move. You see that aggressive move was happening over there. That's what I have shown you in the previous weekly market outlook as well. So that's called price action. Right, so USD yen, same like the USD dollar US dollar chart. Yeah, so let's go on. Okay, so this is the similar you know, analysis, bigger time frame. Let's look at the bigger time first. Right, bigger time frame analysis is same. We are still in a bigger, longer term downtrend. Okay, we are looking to counter that. Okay, price to go back to that trend. Okay, this daily correction, and then complete that daily correction. So for next week, flat formation. All right, so this flat formation. So if I'm gonna look, let me draw something over there. Okay, so this correction to breakout, form another one, keep pushing higher. If correction not breaking, okay, price is struggling at that top and falling aggressively, correcting over there, just follow that short term sell, short to medium term sell, okay, back to that bottom. If getting aggressive, okay, and correcting, breaking, just stay bearish all the way back to that bottom. So lower time frame analysis, if I'm going to draw a trend line over there, that trend line going to help me to figure it out that what trend is there. Last week we were expecting it to break up, okay, we got a breakout, okay, these trend, these corrections, okay, so correction is there, already there, okay, like that. So keep pushing higher, okay, from that top, short move, okay, correction, go down. If short move is not coming, okay, and prices keep pushing higher, correcting, keep pushing higher, okay, stay bullish. But when you're gonna buy, Australian dollar against the yen at the current prices, make sure you are buying it with care, okay, because it can fall back for another flat, other way within that flat formation, not just on this Aussie yen pair, okay, all Aussie pairs. Okay, this is the USDCHF. What was the last week? Okay, this classic flag, okay, or classic correction to breakout. We got a breakout. We are having another up move on it. What is the bigger time frame analysis? Okay, strong bearish trend on a weekly time frame. Strong bearish trend. Okay, we still can see another leg lower, the arrow which is just showing over there. So if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, 4-hour time frame, this flat formation. If I'm going to go to the further lower time frame, 15-minute time frame, same like the other Aussie pairs. Okay, we got a breakout last week. We had the correction. Okay, we are having correction. Okay, now that correction to breakout. Okay, struggling at that top, falling aggressively, sell, stop, correction, sell more, correction, sell more, back to that bottom. Okay, so for buying, make sure you trade with care for buy at that top. Okay, because breakout has already happened and price can fall back within the flat formation. So we still can see another leg lower. Okay, so same on the USDCAD, bigger time frame analysis. Okay, longer term reversal on the USDCAD. All right, so longer term reversal from or recovery, you can see that. Okay, longer term reversal on lower time frame, flat formation. All right, that flat formation. Okay, so price is struggling at the previous top. First of all, look for it to go down. Okay, if I'm going to remove that arrow, then I'll look for this short-term sell. Okay, how far that goes, follow that. If falling very, very aggressively, correction coming, stay bearish. Okay, if corrective wave is coming like that, all right, then go back up for another up move. That's the USDCAD, all right. So USDCAD and Kiwi Yen. Kiwi Yen is very much same like the Aussie Yen. Okay, so first of all, you look in this trade for next week. All right, how far that trade goes, just follow. If falling very, very aggressively, that bottom. If not falling very aggressively, okay, and struggling previous bottom, okay, buy. If I'm gonna look at the bigger time frame, so the bigger time frame analysis is recovery. Okay, recovery means stabilization. The financial market to stabilize. Okay, so there the arrow is showing. So if I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame, okay, there is trend. These are the setups. The Aussie Yen, Kiwi Yen, these are the charts you should watch for the sell for next week. All right, so you see those corrections, another corrections to break out, test that top, fall aggressively. Okay, correct, go down. If not, this move is not coming, falling very, very aggressively, correct, go down. All right, so Kiwi Chief, same like the Aussie. All right, Aussie pairs. Okay, so market is recovering from the crash or the recessions. We are currently in a recession. So longer term reversal. All right, short to medium term, another drop. Okay, simple analysis. On lower time frame, 4-hour time frame, flat formation. Okay, that flat formation. So lower time frame analysis, further lower time frame analysis, the trend which you are having over there. Okay, this 15-minute correction, to break out. Okay, struggle at that top, fall aggressively, correct, go down. Okay, example is just there. Short move is there. Okay, wave is there. Okay, so same at this area. So short move, then follow the sell. So Euro New Zealand dollar, last week we were bearish. 4-hour time frame analysis, we got the move, we got the breakout. Okay, so this is the flat formation as well, same like the other Aussie pairs and Kiwi pairs. It's a flat formation. So what to do? Correct, break down sharply. Not correcting, bouncing off. All right, bouncing off, correction, go back up. Lower time frame analysis. All right, so lower time frame analysis, correct, sharp breakdown. If not correcting, all right, rising aggressively. Example there, correcting buy. Okay, what was the last week? This to break out. Okay, this move to break out. We got a breakout. We had the flag. We were looking it to go down. All right, so we were having triangle. We were looking it to go down. Okay, we had that nice sell. Last week we were anticipating in the weekly market outlook. All right, so flat formation is there too. Okay, that's the chart. Okay, so Kiwi CAD, not a best trade, not a best chart to follow these days. All right, but bullish, neutral, bullish. Okay, so on lower time frame, just keep pushing higher slowly. All right, so keep pushing higher or aggressive breakup. EUROCHF, all right, so someone was asking for the EUROCHF. There you come. So bigger time frame analysis, same like last week, hasn't changed a lot. All right, so let's straight away go to the lower time frame. So wedge is there, that wedge to break out. Okay, price is just coming down slowly. It can break down. Okay, so you're watching for buy at that bottom. Okay, if break down, this move. All right, now let's look at the equities and the commodities. All right, so we're going to look at the commodities once we're going to watch the top commodities. All right, so top commodities is the palladium. All right, so palladium, why it went lower? Because there wasn't demand on it. All right, everything was shut down, and even cars productions shut down. All right, 80 to 85% drop. No one was buying cars because everyone was locked down in their houses. No one was buying. All right, and now life is coming back to normal. Yeah, when life was normal, there was a strong demand on palladium. Okay, so when things gonna get back to normal, and when production, cars production is gonna pick up, and they're gonna be demand. All right, on palladium. So again, go back up to 3,000. All right, so palladium to go back up 3,000. So they're gonna be a nice medium to longer term buy opportunity on the palladium. So palladium is still correcting. All right, that correction. So correction is just getting bigger. Yeah, this correction can get back to this level. So can correct up to 1,500. All right, so there was a strong demand last time. Yeah, and it was just keep pushing higher back to 3,000. Okay, now this flag to break up. All right, so the best place to buy is the 1,500. Yeah, if it goes up to 1,500, you're looking into this wave. All right, if not going up to that 1,500, then every low. All right, you see those lows, you're watching those lows. Okay, wait for another low to come, farm it, breakout. Okay, bullish. So this is going to be the best commodity for next couple of weeks. All right, so also cost is high to hold this, and spread is high, so make sure you calculate your trade cost before trading on the palladium. What's on oil? All right, so oil chart, both. All right, so UK oil, Brent, and UK oil. So what I said last week, so Brent is not the UK oil, or Brent is not going to do what WTI has done, right? And this is the best longer term buy opportunity. All right. So it's expensive now. All right. It's running around $80. Okay. What was the last week analysis? Last week analysis is not there. Let me check if I do have that chart in our room. The updated chart. So we don't have updated chart. By the way, I have shown you in the previous week the breakout. All right. Hopefully you remember that breakout. So weekly chart you have just seen on the US oil. Okay, that's the UK oil. So we need to look at the US oil first, and then we're gonna look at the Brent. Okay, that's the US oil. So oil. Okay, so it's bouncing up very aggressively. Okay, from after hitting the negative price. What was the last week? Correction to breakout. Bigger time frame analysis you have just seen. All right. So what was the last week? Correction. All right. So those corrections to breakout. The correction broke out. Very nice move. So the next week, this correction to breakout. Okay, and go up to 35. There is, you know, a sharp decline in the rig count. Okay, and drillers are shutting down very aggressively in the US. Okay, and that's driving the price higher. Okay, if they're not gonna open soon and more shutdown is coming, then oil will keep rising very aggressively the way it is doing right now. All right, the move is sharp. The move was sharp since you can see over there, very aggressive and sharp move is just coming. Yeah, so it will keep pushing higher. So just keep in your mind that if you're buying oil for longer term, it can go for big correction. Okay, big correction means something like that. Okay, something like that, bigger correction. We are not anticipating, but it can go. All right, it can go for bigger correction. So if so, then stay bullish for longer term. Let's look at the lower time frame. Yes, it can fall deeper. All right, but for now, you are looking these areas. Okay, this flat formation to just break out and price to go up to 35 for next week. All right, so 4-hour time frame correction to break out, simply break out and continue to go up to 35 or 40. That's the analysis for the next week. If getting back to 20, okay, if going back to these areas, 20, 19 or 20 or 18 or 17, yeah, whatever the price. So you're simply looking at to buy, to hold the bottom, hold the 20 or 19 and reverse, okay, because producers, they cannot sustain their business if price stay there at 20 for longer term. All right, so their business cannot sustain. So opportunity going to be there if price is going to hit the 20 again. So that's what you are looking, all right, on the US oil. So S&P 500, bigger time frame analysis. Okay, we got a nice bounce off on the S&P 500. Okay, so just keep pushing higher on lower time frames, slowly. Okay, tag that top. All right, and then drop. All right, we are not anticipating currently that drop to happen, but in case if recession is going to be deep, all right, or going to turn into depression, then we may see, another sell like that on the S&P 500 or on the other equities. Okay, then we may see that kind of drop. We are currently not anticipating. Okay, but this is possible. Okay, this is possible. So let's straight away go to the lower time frame. Okay, last week what we were anticipating breakout of that flag. Okay, so chart is there, guys. Chart is there. All right, that was the breakout. Okay, breakout happened. What's next week? That's the next week chart. What to do on lower time frame? Just copy paste Australian dollar US dollar chart or Australian dollar and yen charts. Just follow those charts. Okay, same analysis like the USD pairs. Okay, if I'm gonna go to the lower time frame, flat formation first, all right, that flat formation to form. Okay, if I'm gonna go to the lower time frame, We were buying even for short term as well within these areas. Okay, buy was there, so we are having that buy. Okay, we were watching for that breakout. So for next week, just let me go to the 15-minute time frame. All right, so if I'm gonna put some trend lines over there like the other currency charts which I have just shown you, okay, this correction, okay, 15-minute correction formed, pushing higher, another formed there, keep pushing higher. Yeah, so another correction to form. All right, so 15-minute correction to form and breakout and stay trending. Okay, so these trades are tradable for short term and lower time frame. Just need some skills. All right, so if not breaking, struggling at that top, okay, and falling very aggressively, just follow that. Okay, go down, short to medium term sell like that, back to that bottom, and again from that bottom for buy. Okay, I'm showing you 15-minute time frame, so hopefully you can understand that how to look at the lower 15-minute time frame. Okay, this 4-hour flat formation to form, same flat formation gonna be on other US indices, right? So let's look at the silver, and the silver chart is there, doing very nicely. That's not the silver chart, by the way. That's the silver chart. Okay, what we were anticipating, that correction, all right, and bouncing up. Okay, so still there is a lot of potential. Okay, this correction which is just forming over there, this trade. All right, so if I'm gonna look at this updated chart, we still can see short-term sell over there from that top. Okay, it's tradable, just need to follow the lower time frame. Okay, one more drop back to that bottom and go back up. Once you're going to sell, make sure you sell with care. Okay, it can break out and continue to go higher. So that's the updated chart. Just follow the lower time frame analysis which I have just shown you on the S&P 500. Okay, same analysis on this chart on lower time frame, 15-minute time frame. Okay, gold chart is also same like the silver. Okay, bullish, one more drop, go down, form that triangle and buy. Okay, this is tradable short-term counter trend trade. Okay, you can trade on that move, but sell it with care. Okay, and then continue to go higher. So bullish. Okay, so UK oil, bigger time frame analysis you have just seen. All right, that's the bigger time frame analysis. Reverse for longer term. What is the lower time frame analysis? Similar correction like the WTI. What was the last week? This correction to breakout. We got the move, again correcting this week. All right, so these two, hold that bottom, come down, hold that bottom. All right, hold that bottom and break out, or get deeper. Okay, get deeper, this ABC move. Okay, get deeper, ABC move, and then again buy. Okay, go up to 40. Yeah, this easily can go up to 40. All right, this easily can go up to 40, or high, or you know, higher than 40. Yeah, we are longer term bullish on it, go up to 65. So for next week, go up to 40. Okay, natural gas, bigger time frame analysis is very much same like last week. All right, there is the bigger time frame analysis. Okay, longer term reversal, 150 is the bottom. Okay, and on 4-hour time frame analysis, yeah, last week we were anticipating one more drop. Okay, that drop is happening, so correct, go down, test that bottom and buy at these lows. All right, target 2. If rising very aggressively, you can hold your target up to 3. Okay, now let's look at the rest of the equities. Nasdaq 100 index, what is the bigger time frame analysis? All right, so bigger time frame analysis is there. So there we are having strength. All right, look at that, how strong it was. Boom, very aggressive. So Nasdaq 100 index almost erased all its losses, its 2020 losses. Okay, we were buying at the lows. Okay, very nice. So it has removed almost all its losses. Okay, so all these charts were there, updated charts. So last week we were looking, you know, this flag to break out, that flag, we got a breakout. Now this is your updated chart. Okay, so price is somewhere there, expanding triangle. Same analysis like the other USD, so like other USD pairs or S&P 500 chart. Okay, if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, expanding triangle formation is there, 4-hour time frame. Okay, that's the chart for next week. Okay, this trend to just keep pushing higher. Okay, keep pushing higher, correct, keep pushing higher. Okay, form new high. If not pushing higher, falling aggressively. Okay, correction, then this trade and again buy. If I'm going to go to the lower time frame, okay, this trend is there. Okay, this trend to stay there. Okay, so correction to keep pushing higher. Correct for another time, keep pushing higher all the way back to the previous top. Okay, falling aggressively like that. Watch this. Start selling back to that bottom and again buy for the flat formation. Okay, German Dow is also same. All right, Dow is slower than the S&P 500. All right, so if you are looking to buy indices, the best indice to buy was the Nasdaq 100 index. Now you guys can see how aggressively it went higher, but the other indices are still struggling. So we were buying Nasdaq 100 index and we were buying the S&P 500 index. Okay, why is that? Because there, in Nasdaq 100 index we are having high tech companies. All right, and people were buying the high tech stock. All right, I mean, you can say that the value stock, and that value stock was pushing higher the Nasdaq 100 index and S&P 500 index. All right, but US 30 and US Russell 2000, they were not rising the way Nasdaq 100 index was rising, or the S&P 500 was rising. So the trade was there. So the move was there on the Nasdaq 100 index and the S&P 500. Okay, so Dow is also following the other US indices, but slower. Okay, US 30 and US Russell 3000, they are slower, but still bullish. Okay, so a flat formation, right, like that. Okay, and continue to go higher. Currently you are looking those tiny, let me go, those tiny corrections to keep pushing higher. Okay, keep pushing higher. That's you are looking. If I'm gonna go to the lower time frame, get these corrections to just keep forming and price to keep pushing higher. Another one, keep pushing higher. Stay bullish on these corrections. All right, and German 30 flat formation. Let's straight away go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this flat formation, first of all, bullish, stay bullish. Okay, on 15-minute time frame, stay bullish. Watch 15-minute correction and buy. All right, so Bitcoin, everyone was talking about that. Bitcoin, we are having third halving and buy the Bitcoin, but it's going the opposite. It's not rising. Bitcoin is not rising. It's just following ahead of the halving. All right. So I think halving is going to happen on 17th or 18th of May, when block's going to complete it. All right, and then in the previous halving we have seen strength on the Bitcoin after the halving. All right, Bitcoin was just keep rising. So you don't need to follow that halving or this and that. All right, you just need to follow the price action. What price action is just doing over there? All right. So what this chart is saying, okay, when you look at this chart, what this chart is saying, anticipating one more drop. Okay, we were anticipating that one more drop. For buy, follow lower time frame corrections. All right, so those lower time frame corrections just completed that move. Okay, so tomorrow is the halving. All right, so what you should do now, that's the question. Okay, what you should do now. So you're having very stronger sell, which is just coming over there. Okay, just follow that chart. Okay, if I'm going to go back to that chart, okay, if I'm going to look at the updates, All right, that's the update. Okay, you got a sharp sell, you got a correction, and watch for sharp breakdown. We got that sharp breakdown. Same analysis again for the next week. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so by the way, we had the drop, okay, that the drop after having that sharp sell. So same again, if I'm gonna go to the lower time frame straight away, that's the bigger time frame analysis. Okay, that's what you are looking. Go down for another leg lower back to the previous bottom and then buy from the lows. Okay, so on lower time frame, correction is already happening over there. Okay, so just copy paste that stuff. Okay, this stuff over there, that stuff, that's it. Okay, correct and drop aggressively back to the bottom. Okay, if not correcting, this correction is not happening like that. Okay, and rising aggressively, yeah, you can buy back to that top, but stay bearish. Okay, you can see prices already falling very aggressively, so people are not buying Bitcoin above 10, so just stay bearish. All right, so stay bearish. So platinum bullish. All right, platinum breakout, this correction breakout and that move. All right, and copper correct and continue to go higher. Copper correct and breakout for another other move. Buy dollar rand, buy up to 120, buy up to 20. Okay, so go slowly back to that bottom, test that bottom, and that trade back up to 20. Emerging market currencies are struggling. All right, so dollar Turkish lira is struggling. So avoid trading on the dollar Turkish lira. Okay, you can lose money, yeah, rather than making money. So bigger correction on the dollar peso. All right, so first of all, short term buy. Get that trade. Short term buy from that previous bottom. So US Russell 2000. Okay, so if we're going to look at the previous chart on US Russell 2000. Okay, US Russell 2000 chart was there. Okay, it's pushing nicely, slowly for upside. We were anticipating that correction. Okay, we had that correction. Now that correction to break out, it broke out. Okay, for next week, flat formation. All right, this flat formation seemed like the other US indices. All right, if I'm gonna go to the updated chart, all right, 1 hour time frame chart, it's doing similar way like the other indices are doing. Okay, so 15-minute correction, keep buying. 15-minute correction, keep buying. Put your stop behind those corrections. Okay, don't buy without stop loss. Okay, once price gonna tag that top, sharp sell, correct, test that bottom, again buy. Okay, so UK 100 index is not a best at the moment to trade, all right, for buy. Okay, but this bigger correction, okay, you see my chart, and the other indices are also struggling. Okay, so Nikkei index is also flat formation like the other US indices. All right, so guys, that's it, enough for this week. All right, hopefully you have enjoyed that and got the idea what to do for the next week. All right, so let's stop on the YouTube and on the trading view. If you guys are having any question, then let me know your questions.